The date, January 2nd, 2023, is one that the world of American rally driving will forever remember with a grain of salt. This is when Ken Block, an iconic figure in the world of fast-paced racing, lost the battle for life in a tragic incident. Join us today as we explore the life of Ken Block, his achievements and legacy, and how he met his untimely demise. The beginning. Born on November 21st, 1967 in Long Beach, California, Ken was fascinated with vehicles and speed from a very young age, and life serves as an example of creativity and unwavering enthusiasm for racing. However, his entry into the world of motorsports wasn't easy. He experimented with a variety of hobbies and business endeavors, and prior to becoming a rally driver, was the co-founder of DC Shoes, which made shoes specifically for extreme sports back in 1994, and achieved success due to Ken's design and business sense, gaining both national and international recognition. Even though Ken was successful in business, racing will always hold a special place in his heart, and it's because of this he joined the Vermont sports car team to participate in the Rally America National Championship in 2005, marking the start of a career that was destined to be legendary. In his first year of racing, Ken was awarded with the Rookie of the Year by Rally America, and this served as a testament to his skills behind the wheel and to continue on the road to greatness. Ken kept improving his abilities throughout the years, making him a prominent figure in rally driving. Apart from his accomplishments in rally racing, Ken Block gained international recognition with his Gymkhana video series, which debuted in 2008, showing Ken performing a variety of different automobile maneuvers with immense precision, due to which the series continued to build a sizable fan base on YouTube. Ken's singular combination of imagination, talent, and charisma enthralled crowds and raised the stakes in motorsports, and he also had an impact on the world of rally driving in America, as he competed in the X Games Global Rally Cross and the FIA World Rally Championships, among other motorsports events. His reputation as one of the most gifted and adaptable drivers of his age was further cemented by his adaptability and capacity to adjust to various racing conditions. But despite the burdens of his career, he always found time for his loved ones and for those who had supported him. He was well known for his personable and kind manner, frequently interacting with followers on social media and in person at events, and was adored in the racing world for sincere love of motorsports, alongside his readiness to spread that enthusiasm to others, and this energy that also transitioned over to his commercial endeavors. In 2010, he became the co-founder of Hoonigan Industries, which promoted racing and automotive culture and kept pushing the envelope of what was conceivable in the automobile industry, with Hoonigan creating material that embraced the adrenaline and thrill of driving. When you hear his name, what's the first thing that comes to mind? Share it with us down in the comments below. The accident.
A lover of extreme sports, Ken Block, death in a snowmobiling accident in Wasatch County.
The death of Ken Block on January 2nd, 2023 shocked the racing community and beyond. Ken was a well-known stunt performer and daredevil driver, until a snowmobile accident at his Park City, Utah ranch led to his untimely demise. Ken was a free spirit known for his extreme sports and was fond of pushing the boundaries. He often spent his time on snow-covered slopes around his residence and rode a snowmobile, which was one of his favorite activities. Little did we know that on the afternoon of January 2nd, that activity that he cherished so much would be the one that took his life. There was a lot of skepticism after the incident, as Ken was known for paying close attention to his gear and vehicles. The death of Ken Block brought to light the inherent hazards that come with extreme sports, even for the most competent and experienced players. Given the skills and experience he had behind the wheel, it's hard to pin the blame on Ken and state that he may have been at fault for the accident. But what else could it be? Any ideas what caused the accident? Let us know down in the comments below. Cause of death. Investigations were carried out after the accident took place. These investigations revealed that Block was snowmobiling on a steep slope located outside the Mill Hollow area outside Woodland, Utah at around 2 p.m. Findings state that he was snowmobiling with a group of individuals. However, at the time of the accident, he was all alone. According to the Wasatch County Sheriff's Office, it was determined that the snowmobile overturned and landed on top of Ken. Although he was wearing protective gear, the impact of the snowmobile overturning and landing on top of him was lethal. Upon news of the accident, Emergency personnel were dispatched to the scene almost immediately, but getting to Ken was tough because of the far-off location and the harsh terrain. It was evident that he couldn't survive his injuries by the time the rescue crew got there. Local authorities carried out investigations into the accident to ascertain the precise circumstances. The results showed that it was just a regrettable accident, that there was no evidence of foul play. His accident was, without a doubt, a tragic loss, and almost a year later, still serves as a reminder of the risks associated with such activities. Do you think he could have been saved if the rescue team got to him on time? Share your opinions in the comments below. After death. In memory of Ken Block, the racing community arranged a number of tributes and monuments. Many remembered his unmatched excitement for anything automotive, his kindness, and what a truly great person he was. Both fans and peers praised his influence on the sport, which ranged from his innovative Gymkhana films to his fierce competitiveness in rally racing. Even though Ken Block is no longer with us, his spirit lives on and continues to inspire advancements in the racing industry. Ken Block's family and Hoonigan Industries, following the untimely death of the legend, thanked everyone around the world for the love, support, and tributes they paid to him. They highlighted the inventiveness, enthusiasm, and steadfast dedication to living life to the fullest that have defined Ken's legacy for inspiring future drivers. Following his passing on January 2nd, 2023, fans, fellow drivers, and his family responded with instant and profound sadness. Ken Block left a vacuum in the racing industry that could never be filled by anyone else. Tributes to Ken from all around the world started to circulate as word of his fatal snowmobile accident spread, demonstrating the enormous influence he had on the sport and those who looked up to him. Fans' first reactions were ones of astonishment and shock. Posts paying tribute to Ken, highlighting his best moments from his career and offering condolences flooded social media. In celebration of his extraordinary talent and charismatic demeanor, fans shared a recording of him competing in rallies, famous Gymkhana events, and his conversations. The swift trending of the hashtags offering condolences demonstrated the public's deep sympathy and appreciation for the late driver. Renowned motorsport professionals and business leaders were also honored Ken Block. Athletes from many sports such as motocross, Formula One, and rally racing offered their recollections and appreciation for Ken. Many acknowledged him as influencing their careers and pushing the boundaries of what was possible in racing. Prominent athletes including Lewis Hamilton, Valentino Rossi, and Travis Pastrana showed their condolences and emphasized Ken's impact on the sport. Many tributes were held in Ken's memory in the days that followed his passing. Friends, relatives, and admirers gathered in Park City, Utah for a public memorial ceremony to express their condolences. A parade of rally cars and snowmobiles representing Ken's love of speed and adventure was a part of the service. In their speeches, people who knew him well spoke of his kindness, his love of racing, and his function as a mentor to several young racers. Ken co-founded Hoonigan Industries, which hosted a unique memorial event at their offices, a collection of personal experiences from colleagues and friends, as well as a display of Ken's legendary automobiles and film montages of his most memorable exploits, were all included at the event. As guests reminisced about Ken's bold spirit and creative talent, the mood was one of grief and remembrance. In a statement, Ken Block's family also expressed their appreciation for all the love and support they got during this trying time. They talked about how driven Ken was to push the envelope in everything he did, how devoted he was to his family, and how full of life he was. Ken's children, along with his wife, Lucy, stressed the significance of continuing his innovative and passionate legacy. Fans were urged to remember Ken, not only for his amazing accomplishments, but also for his generosity and readiness to spread his passion for motorsports to others. A number of motorsport events held races and tournaments in remembrance of Ken in the months after his passing. Major events such as the Rally America Championships and the X Games featured special tributes, including minutes of silence and runs in memory of him. These memorials acted as a timely reminder of Ken Block's lasting influence on the game and the numerous lives he impacted. Ken Block was never hesitant in his dedication to his craft, always looking for new and creative ways to grow. He made a significant contribution to the racing industry and was steadfastly committed to the sport. His life served as an example of the strength of dedication and enthusiasm. From his early days with DC Shoes to his exciting Gymkhana movies and his time in rally driving, his unwavering talent on the track, passion, enthusiasm, and brave personality will always serve as an inspiration for future generations of auto enthusiasts. Even so, there is some comfort in the knowledge that his courageous acts and unwavering spirit will never fade because of the memories he left behind. and the lives he impacted. His accident and demise will sadden hearts in the times that come. With Ken's death, the racing industry is still struggling to fill the vacuum, but his legacy grows more powerful each day. Even if his physical body is no longer with us, his reputation will continue to live on in the hearts of those who he has inspired. And if you liked this video, make sure to like, comment, share, and subscribe to our channel. Let us know who you want us to cover next.